You hear about the risk. It's easy to think, well, I want nothing to do with these smart devices. That's also impractical, though. The Internet of Things is growing. So it's best to think about, how will I manage this risk in my life or in my kitchen or my car? I talked with Dr. Joshua Snodgrass. He's a medical doctor who also has advanced training in cybersecurity. I asked what things he would allow in his home right now and what patients allow in their bodies. When it comes to cybersecurity, do you expect to have privacy in your home at this point, knowing that you've opened up a few, I don't know what to call them, security wormholes? I don't know.
Every time you connect another device, whether it be a refrigerator or a washer and dryer, every connected device that you put on your network creates another backdoor to your privacy inside your home. It's one of the big concerns with creating those backdoors is somebody can, all it takes is one device that's not secured to access your entire network.
Medical devices, some are implanted in patients. They need them to actually stay alive, but to get that information out, it might have to be connected to the internet?
I mean, you look at something as simple as like an insulin pump for a diabetic. If somebody were to gain access to that, if they just wanted patient information, I mean, your health record's going to be on there. They're going to be able to access that. And if they have access to other things that are in the news when they're doing trend analysis with big data, they can find files on you to basically figure out your entire health information just from a few various devices. But the scary part of a lot of the implantable device market is the danger with it. If somebody changes a setting, I mean, your insulin pump is pretty critical when you think of life and death situations.
I wonder if we're at the point in the medical community of reservations, or they're making recommendations to say, all right, calm this down a little bit, pause it a little bit. We know that it could be helpful to look at somebody's heart when they're not here, but we don't know who could gain access to that.
We don't know what people are going to do with these devices until they're out there, and stopping progress just based on fear, it's a fine line to walk. Like, we want to progress and we want to create access to certain aspects with patient care, as well as, making life easier with automated devices around the house. But we definitely have to pay attention to the security aspects of it.
As far as a pacemaker that's connected to the internet in some way, would you get it?
If I needed something medically and that was kind of where the research was going, I would still kind of put my hands in my life in the hands of the researchers. At some point you trust that somebody has done enough security research to make sure that that device is safe before it gets on the market. The one fear with the medical aspect of these things, though, is that the FDA regulations, just to get something to market and FDA approved, it's going to lag behind the technology industry. So there's always a concern. If you take precautions, you know what your risks are. And I think that's the biggest piece of advice for the general public is really do the research and know what's at risk before you institute these things, because a lot of the accountability is still on you.